Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for coming back to join me today. Today I'm working as part of a collaboration, and this is hosted by Rachel and Bella Crafts. I've done one collaboration with them before, and I'll put a link to what I did in that one below. I think that was a Christmas one that I joined in with. So I've been asked to take part in this, and I'm sat there, look, on the 18th of April, so that's my day. I'm actually recording this on the 11th of April because we're actually away this week. So I don't know what everybody else is going to be making. So I'm the kind of person that likes to have a look at what other people are doing to know that I'm following the brief properly. So I hope I'm following the brief correctly. What this is about is working different styles. So the styles that they've suggested, that Rachel and Bella have suggested, is steampunk, vintage, shabby chic and botanical. And we've been challenged to make two things, one in one style and one in the other. So I think I'm kind of going with steampunk and botanical, I think is what I'm doing. So I'll show you this again at the end if I remember, but if you do want to join in and follow, I will put a link to Rachel's video where she introduced this challenge. And if you do, there's a hashtag there to use so that we can all see it, what you're doing. And it's hashtag show some style JJ23. So you can see there's lots of us joining in. So I hope you have a look at what everybody's doing. And I'll have a go at what I'm doing. So I'm doing two things, steampunk and botanical. Now they've provided kits for us to work with, and you can get those kits as well. So I'll put a link to Rachel and Bella's Etsy store where you can find them. I think they've also got a Ko-fi site. So I've printed kind of two papers from it. I've printed one that's from some botanical type papers, and these I think all the papers that I'm using are from them, from this collaboration. So I've got this one, so that's my botanical, and then I've printed this one for the steampunk. So in the middle there's like kind of steampunky images there, and I've got a letter that's written for the outside page. So that's what I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be making a couple of things to decorate these as if they were junk journal pages. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so what I wanted to do was make a couple of CD envelope flips to go on these, one botanical and one steampunk. So let's see if I manage it, shall we? To try and make my life easier, I haven't printed out, I have already pre-cut my CD cases, and the way that I do it is I had a CD case and I've opened it up and I've stuck it on card, and I use that as a template so that you just put it on the reverse of what you want to use and cut it out and you've got it. I've actually got a circular die cut, so I cut my circles with that, but you can circle it, draw it and fussy cut it out. I'm just not very accurate, I'm afraid. So the idea is that I'm using this as so I'm just seeing if that matches up. So this is my CD case, and this one is going to be the sorry, I'm just trying to line that up. This is the steampunk one. Okay, so I think I might fold them both first so that I can then put my scoreboard away. And then that will flip up like a bit more, like that. If I got it straight, it would be a bonus, wouldn't it? I haven't done that quite far enough, have I? I need to do it just a little bit better than that. There we go. This is me being awkward. That's better. That's a better fold, Carol. Okay. And then I want my flap. Now those of you that know me will know that I don't actually use my CD cases as an opener. the way that I do it is I will stick it on a page as a flip, but I use this as the pocket. I don't use that bit as the pocket. If you want to use it as a pocket, you can. You just need to put some acetate or tracing paper or something in that bit. So that's one folded. So far, so good. So as I say, I'm actually, when you're watching this, I'm doing some walking in the not the Lake District, that's the bit later in the year. I'm going to be walking in Derbyshire. Every now and then, hubby and I, we like to get away. We've got the little camper van and we're off. We're not hanging around, we're going. We're only for like Monday to Friday, but I knew it would, you can see where I've drawn my circle, look, to make sure I got it right. So I needed to get this video done before we went. But as I say, I'm kind of the sort of person that when she's not sure what the remit is, I like to see what other people do. And then I can kind of go, still haven't got a Scooby-Doo, in which case I need to ask, or it falls into place and I think, of course, that's what you're doing, you nitwit. We're all different, aren't we? These papers are both from Rachel and Bella. This one is like a botanical collage. Couldn't think of the word then. And then this one was her steampunk one that I wanted to use. So they're both folded. So I'm going to work on one at a time. I'm not going to confuse myself and do two at a time. That would be just too much. So I'm going to work on let's do the botanical one first, shall we? Okay, so I need to think about where it wants to go on the page, because you can do them as flip ups like that. You can do them as flip outs like that, or you can do them as a flip out like that. I think that I want to do it as a flip out because the writing. One moment, somebody's knocking at my door. Sorry about that, folks. Isn't it always the same? You start something and somebody knocks at the door. So I need to cover that. I'm going to have it flipping out that way. So I need to cover this bit because obviously I don't want to see white. I'm just looking at the papers that I've got printed off, and I think it might be quite nice to use something from along. Oh, that's quite pretty. Oh, the lady in the garden's pretty, isn't she? Seeing as it's botanical. And I think, you know, I guess we're all, how we interpret different styles is individual to all of us, isn't it? You know, we're all going to do it slightly differently. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm going to cut this off here. Trying to think and talk at the same time. Not easy for me to do. So that I want that to go in there. Oopsie. I want that to go in there so that you can see. Do I want to see that lady? I think I do. I think I want to see the lady. I do want to see the lady. So that's going to go in there like that. But I don't want it to extend over that bit there, so I'm going to cut it. Oh, Carol. I'm going to cut it so that it fits this back page, because that's what I'm going to glue it to. Oops. I feel all at 6s and 7s, I tell you. I'm always the same when I start something new, and I want to get this right because I want to do justice to Rachel and to Bella, because they've put so much effort into getting this out for us all to do. I don't want to mess it up. So that's going to go on there, and you're going to see that through, and then that's going to be our pocket. So I'm going to glue that on. Get the glue book. So botanical to me, what does botanical mean to me? It's florals, it's ladies in summery dresses, it's insects and butterflies. So to me, the style of botanical is quite a wide remit. I don't know about how you all feel about that. Maybe let me know what botanical means to you. But as I say, we are all different. Where's my card? We are certainly all different in the way that we interpret things. And it'd be interesting to see the other people that are doing this, what they interpret, if they do botanical, what they interpret botanical as. I'm always interested to see what other people make when I'm making something. Didn't cut that very straight, did I? There we go. So then we've got that lady there, look, and as I say, this is going to be the pocket. Now, because this is you're going to see it because it's going to be a flip, I want to put something on here that you're going to see. So I'm just going to do that. And it's going to get stuck on there. I could have, if I had photocopied double-sided on this piece of card, I think what I'm using is about I think it's 120 GSM that I've done this from. Can't think. I think it was, because the other card that I've got is 180 and that's just too stiff to fold. So that is going to go on there like that. And then I'm going to just cut the excess off. So if you were to do this and you photocopy double-sided, you would not need to do this step. But being as it's me doing it, I haven't done that. Could have made my life a little bit easier, couldn't I? Okay. So that is our envelope. And I think I want to close it with those in, not those out. So I'm going to close it up. Oh, glue. Glue. Hiding. I'm going to close these up. Because then that's my CD case made. And I am, as you can see, I'm closing it at the top because for me that's not going to be a pocket. So I've closed it up, glued it. I know I shouldn't fold that. I am going to fold it, but I know I shouldn't while it's still wet because you sometimes get those crease marks, don't you? But I need to see where I am. So that's my little envelope, my botanical envelope. And it's a pocket all the way round so I can tuck things in there. So what do I want to decorate it with? I've got bits and pieces here that I've cut out for Rachel and Bella's. I've got some Tim Holtzy bits. And I've got some die cuts that I've got. So I think I want to decorate it quite like that. Does that show up? I can't put it over the edge because that's going to lift and open. So I can't put it over the edge, can I? What I was thinking was something like this. That could overhang that side because that's going to lift up. So it doesn't matter if that lifts over slightly. Or I could trim that leaf off. And a little girl, and I think she's with that lady, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put this flower on with this little girl because that's her mother and she's reading to her while they're in the garden. That's what I'm going to do. So this is going to stick on, but I don't want to stick it onto the back of that. I only want to stick these outer edges, because otherwise I've closed up my little pocket. I am going to snip that bit of leaf off. I might need to snip a bit more off. How did I have it before? A bit like that. So I am actually going to snip that leaf off. I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue that. Oh dear, my glue's all spitting at me. Glue that under there, and then I'm going to just glue the edges round and down so that I'm not closing that pocket up. Sorry, I just need to kind of, I want to put that bit under and that bit over like that. So that, I hope you can see that that is still a pocket there, look. I've only stuck it around the edge. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I know I'm aware that sometimes I get overexcited and go off-piste, off-screen for you all. So that's that bit. And then that little girl, I think she can stand there under those flowers, and it's a hot sunny day and her mother's been reading to her and she's just gone to sit in the shade. So I'm going to get her glued on. She is a beautiful little girl. And she will just glue on there like so. Oops. So that's that bit. It will flip over here. So we've got that as a pocket. It's going to flip over like that. And I'm just thinking, I took this piece of Tim Holtz out because I thought it might be nice on the front, and it might well have been nice on the front, but I didn't use it. So I'm just thinking, actually, I might like it there on the back. And if I just glue it round the edge, that can be a tuck spot as well. And so I think that is what I'm going to do. I am just going to stick it on. I'm very precious about my Tim Holtz bits and pieces, you know. I love them. I think they're absolutely amazing. But they're not cheap, are they? And so when I've bought them, I don't like to use them. But I have to say that Rachel has outdone herself on providing things for us to use for this, and for you to use as well. So there we've got a little tuck spot there on the back, and we've got the pocket there on the front. How am I doing for time? Not too bad. I'm just wondering, you see, we've got all these beautiful papers because I didn't know what I would want to use. I'm just wondering, I had printed out some of the tags. One moment, can't find them. So I've got these tags that are part of the kit as well. So I'll make one of those, and then we can see how it fits in the pocket, and then we'll move over to Mr. Steampunk. I don't know which I find hardest to do. I think Steampunk is one of those, I won't say odd, it's not an odd style or theme, but it's quite a broad, I think it's quite a broad spectrum of ideas that you can use with Steampunk. You know, it can be really way out and wacky, or it can be quite industrial. To me, it's more industrial. I don't know what you think, how you see steampunk, but we all see things differently, don't we? You know, it can be those way out wacky vehicles that people make, you know, like in movies and things, can't it? But to me, it's industrial. So I've got some cogs to use and things like that. as I say, I don't know how you would define it. So that could be a little tag to go in there. I'm pleased with that. And then this bit here, because we've left it as a pocket, we can add some tags into there. See, they would fit behind there quite nicely, and we can just tuck them in. So you can see how it would work. So they would sit in there like that. Does that make sense to everybody? I'm hoping that it does. And then the way that it would go is we would stick it on here. Oh God, it's lovely. I'm really pleased with it. That looks lovely. So shall we stick it in? Let's stick it in. And you can add whatever you like to these, you know. You could actually leave this bit as part of it and have it as a tuck as well, but I'm not going to on this one, but you certainly could. So that I am going to glue on there. So it opens. It's not, just need to run a bit more glue along that bit, don't I? Because that bit, as I said, is not, you can have that as the pocket. It's just not the way that I like to do them. And we've got a couple of tags that we've stuck in there, look. And they're all part of the kits that Rachel's done, Rachel and Bella. So then that flips out. So you can have that as a tuck spot as well, as I said, if you wanted to. I haven't done on this one. Don't want to make it too complicated. So that to me is botanical. That is a botanical style. Those tags probably want backing to make them a little bit more substantial. Okay, so I'm going to put that one to dry, and then we will move on to steampunk. Okay, so again, we need to back this. I actually want to put it on this page because I like that clock there. I think that adds to the steampunky part of it. So what do I want to do? I want to back that little bit, don't I? I've got these papers that came for the vintage. They've got lots of lots of images, vintage images that they're using. And this is in Welsh. I thought that might be nice. I mean, Wales was in its day industrial. They had lots of coal mines there that unfortunately, well, they got closed, didn't they? No, we haven't got, don't know if we've got any coal mines at the moment here in the UK. I wonder if that wouldn't quite fit there, would it? Let me get this bit stuck on first. I'm getting myself all a little bit enclosed, aren't I? Sorry folks, I'm jerking you all around. Just trying to get some glue on this so that we can have the back pocket, the image on the back again, same as before. So that's going to glue on there. And I like that. I think that looks nice. So for me, steampunk is, as I said, to me it's kind of industrial. I've got it upside down. Industrial. So that's going to open the same way as the other one. It's going to flip up this way. I love this paper that they've done. Absolutely love it. Or actually, all of the papers are just beautiful. I need something to cover that with. This paper I had left over from a steampunk journal that I'd done. And again, it's kind of industrial. So it's adverts for shops and things like that. So that's going to work nicely just on there. So we'll get that stuck on as well. Make sure I don't put it on upside down, eh? So I'm making the same kind of pocket flip for both, but decorating them in different styles. And I think that was the remit. That was my understanding of the remit. I am so interested, though, to see what everybody else is doing. I don't think it really matters. It's what you make, what you like, and it's how you interpret the styles. Okay, so that's going to be on there and there. So I'm going to close this one up again, the same as we did the other one. I'm always conscious at the minute that my phone doesn't like to, well, it will record beyond 40 minutes, but I'm just conscious that sometimes it flips itself, and I have found a program where I can unflip it so that it's facing the right way. But I find it just very stressful when I've got to do that. I'm not the world's greatest computer buff, I have to say. Once I know how to do something, I'm okay. But it's learning how to do it that I find difficult. I'm happy with this as well. This is turning out just how I wanted it. Right, so industrial steampunk. So to me, it's things like, you know, weird contraptions like the balloon. It's things that have been created, you know, glasses that you can see a long way away. So, I mean, they can all fit in here and decorate, can't they? So that to me is steampunk. But I would like a little man. Where did I put my little men? I did, I've put them in here. I've got a choice of some little men that I would like to make it steampunky. And I hadn't really thought any more than that. We can have a gentleman. We can have a gentleman sitting down. And I have got some cogs. These cogs that I've got are Tim Holtz. So I've got the Tim Holtz dies. So he could be sat. I quite like him, actually. He could be sat on the cogs. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to mess. So I've just cut these out of different papers that I had. Some black papers. I've got some silver ones. Just a different range of them. And I'm just going to build a few up. Got a silver one. Oh, silver one here. Looks. This silver one's is wallpaper that I found. Do I want a black one? Don't know. Come up, man. So he's going to be sitting on them. I think that black one's too full. I don't mind using one of the more open ones. So I've had these Tim Holtz dies for quite a long time. I find it a faff getting them out, getting the machine out, because I've got a big die cut machine and it's way too big. It really is. It doesn't bring me joy to use because I have to store it away, and then if I want to use it, I've got to get it out, which means I've got to move everything. But I do like these cogs. So I've actually spent a little while filling up my little tin, look. So he's going to sit, if I can get him up, he's going to sit on those cogs there, like that. I could actually put another one down here, couldn't I? Fill that space. I wonder if any of you have done steampunk and what it means to you. I wonder if this hits the mark for you as steampunk. the other thing that I've got, my friend Amy, Crafty Cat, did me some die cuts. And there's some, oh, that blends in too much though, doesn't it? They're mostly dark, the ones, they're too similar a colour, aren't they? Oh, there's a blue one there. I don't know. That might look as if it's coming out the back of his head. I don't want that. That one's a bit smaller. Could have the key to the door. I think I might put that on there. How we get this one glued though, I don't know. Not much edge to glue. Ah, it's gone through the hole. Put that at an angle, I think. That'll be okay. That's okay. Let's get him glued on. Ah, you don't want to glue him all, Carol. Again, see, I'm getting carried away with myself. You only want to go around the edge because he's going to be sitting there. So that it's still a tuck spot. Right, I'm just going to put these bits away. Okay, I was tidying up and I've decided that I might like a couple of other cogs on here. So I'm just going to add a couple more. So just bear with me. I could have done it while you weren't watching, but I thought I'd just do it with you. So we'll have one there. Sorry, very quiet while I'm gluing, aren't I? Just those little extra ones on there. So that to me is a steampunk front. These can be cards to go in. They can tuck behind, look. So they would go in there just as journaling cards. We've got the little man, his little head's not stuck. It will be in a minute. Give it a good sticking. And then on the back, we'd want a little pocket. I'd quite like that, but that's only copy paper. It isn't made out of anything stronger, but I would have liked that. Having said that, here we go. This again has been left over from when I've been doing a steampunk journal. I'm just quickly folding my edges. I haven't even looked to see how deep it needs to be. Well, would you believe it? That would do just nicely. Cut that off. So that's just going to be a pocket on the back of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This bit gets glued down just to make it a stronger pocket. Oopsie, that's not very straight. That's nice, isn't it? So then we're going to stick this pocket on. Go quiet again. I wonder how many of the others will choose a steampunk and what they will do. So that's just an extra pocket. Oh, do you know, I thought I'd put it on upside down then. So that then is an extra pocket that we can use to put our little steampunk bits in. And that's going on this page. So let's get this one stuck on. As well as we can. Oops. Don't it hanging off the bottom, do I? So there we've got the pocket on the front with our little cards in. They need backing. You don't need to see me back them, do you? I don't think you do. And then it flips out and we've got a lovely pocket on the back as well. So I really like that. I'm happy with that. And I had a thought, one moment. As I was making the steampunk one, I caught this out the corner of my eye. Now this is the negative of those cogs when I've cut them out. And my thought was, can't find the paper I thought I'd printed. Here it is. My thought was, I can put that on here, which I'm going to do. Hang on. Hang on, folks. 1 minute. Okay, I just wanted to cut it down to make sure that it would fit on the page. And all that I'm going to do is add some glue on here, going round all these little cogs. Bit of a palaver, I know. That was a bit of a chore, wasn't it? And then I'm just going to stick that on here, because I think that might make a very nice little pocket to go on the other side. Let me just do this quick. Oops, not the neatest tearing I've ever done. But I think it'll work, and I think it'll be a nice little different pocket. What I might actually do is stitch round that before I actually glue it on, but you'll get the impression of what I mean. It was just a thought. You know, you get those little extras every now and then. I'm going to stitch round it, 1 moment. Okay, so there we go. I've stitched all the way around it, and I am just adding it onto this page. Might be a little bit too tall, but that's okay. So that would then be a tuck spot on that side. And my ripping is appalling today, folks. Absolutely appalling. But you'll get the idea. You will get the idea. So that's a pocket there. And a journal card can go in there. So there we have my two. Let's just quickly shove these bits away. These beautiful, beautiful papers. Absolutely gorgeous. So there we have my two. So we've got my botanical and my steampunk. So my botanical is a CD case that we've decorated using the papers. It flips out, and I've used the Tim Holtz there, and we've got a pocket there, and that just tucks in there. And that's that beautiful image of that lovely lady there. And we've got the journaling cards in there. And then the steampunk one, we've got the gentleman sat there on the cogs, and we've got the paper at the back. We've got the steampunk images on there. That flips over and we've got the steampunk pocket there. Rachel's beautiful steam themed papers, and it's got lace and stuff on it as well, but it's beautiful. And then I've used the negative of when I cut the cogs out to make a flip on that page there. So I'm really pleased how these turned out. So these are my, I'm just looking for my paper that with the collaboration bits on. I've buried it. These are my collaboration. Here we go. My collaboration. So I will put them on with the hashtag show some style JJ23. And the person after me is Rose from Journals in Time. So please have a look at these people, give them some support, and have a go yourselves at doing different styles. I've done botanical and steampunk. Hope you like it, and I will catch you next time. Bye, folks.